Alright, so today we're going to be talking about a little bit of a drama that took place about 6 months ago on my YouTube channel. And you guys might be asking, Plubius, why are you talking about this if it happened 6 months ago? And I'll be real with you guys, I didn't really care about it back then. Since it really didn't matter too much about me. Like, a lot of people talk shit a lot on this YouTube channel or just in general on the internet, so I just kind of ignore it. But this little gremlin, even 6 months later, is still throwing shade at me and spreading lies. So I feel like now is probably the best time to defend myself and talk about it. Now, obviously, I don't implore you guys to go to this guy's YouTube channel and do any sort of harassment. That's not why I'm here. YouTube channel is called Confidence Amunda, and the reason why he got brought up into my feed again is because he recently at me in a YouTube video. So of course, when people at me, I usually go check out the video, right? And his video is called EDP's Redemption 1 year later, what has changed? And when someone ats you, it usually means they use some sort of content from you or they're like shouting you out. So I clicked on the YouTube video, and I'm not going to get too much into this guy's editing or his video style in general, but I just want to say, if you want to get more views or subscribers, maybe change it up. The AI voiceover doesn't really work, and the 15 frames per second Roblox gameplay also doesn't really work. But the worst part is, about halfway through the video, he just straight up like talks shit about me.
Days later would announce he had stage 5 kidney failure, which led to many commentary channels, specifically this one, to milk the entire situation just for their financial greed, which is kinda sad since you're just giving the predator you despise more attention to the masses who don't like him.
And at that point, I realized who this guy was. Completely wasted my time. Right? And I'm all for people making videos about EDP and all that stuff, but this just wasted my time. It was a garbage video, and yeah, probably not the right usage of adding people. So naturally, I'm going to talk about my drama since he brought it back up. And so, as you guys know, 6 months ago, this all took place, and this guy decided to leave a comment underneath one of my YouTube videos. I believe the video was called, like, EDP is dying. It obviously did pretty well viewership-wise. And throughout the video, I explained how EDP is dying, and, you know, coming from EDP's mouth himself, he was saying how his kidney failure is getting much worse. And I also bring up evidence of him in recent photos just looking like garbage. I also dive more into the process of kidney failure and dialysis treatments and everything like that. And I think at one point in the YouTube video, I said a little edgy comment saying how, like, I don't think EDP should continue his treatment. EDP has been doing this over 2 years, and in a video he posted about 2 months ago, he explains how, you know, he's been dealing with it. He's wanted to give up on it a couple times, and I'm kind of sad he hasn't yet. And then I go on to go into more context for like 3 minutes onto why I believe that. And a big reason for that is because the guy just doesn't take care of himself whatsoever. It seems like he just wants to go. And so that was kind of a big point I was bringing up, is it seems like he just doesn't care about his personal health. And I obviously use Dashi as an example because Dashi was told, you know, the YouTuber, that he had like fat on his kidney and he was going to have some serious health problems. And he went and got worked out and got absolutely shredded. Okay, so that was kind of what I was getting into, and I guess this guy took that as a death threat and proceeded to go on this whole campaign, smearing my name, saying that I'm sending death threats to EDP and all this other dumb shit. And for the longest time, he was saying this underneath my YouTube video, and I guess he was so butthurt of me blocking him and kind of removing him from my comment section, because why would I let you slander me in my own comment section? He decided to make a YouTube video saying, I apparently can't have an opinion anymore, like an absolute toddler, right? No one's saying you can't have an opinion, but I'd prefer if you didn't slander me underneath my own comment section. Right? It's absolutely ridiculous. So anyways, we're going to watch a bit of the video. Again, I apologize for this guy's video. It's going to be hard to watch, but bear with me. So let's get into it.
Yes, people can't have different opinions anymore. They got to agree with the standardized opinion. I had this video in the back seat for quite a while, but it needs to be said, this is what I mean by people can't have different opinions anymore. Take me for example, a couple weeks ago, I watched a video, funny enough, it was on Halloween, about a YouTuber called Plubius, which, if you don't know, makes videos mainly on drama and predators. So guess what the video I was referring to is about? It was about EDP, and as soon as I watched the video, I instantly knew this was clickbait. The main indications that brought me into this conclusion is that in the thumbnail it says, he is dying.
So he immediately starts off by saying my video was somehow clickbait. Obviously, it was a very crazy title to have for sure. But at the end of the day, it wasn't wrong, right? I go over EDP's health problems. He is definitely not, you know, good. He's not in a good shape, and he is technically dying. You know, without his kidney treatment, he probably will. And I go into towards the end more about how he's almost at a point right now where he might need a kidney transplant.
But the video talks about a completely different story in the same context. Then I proceeded to make a comment basically condemning this guy of why make a death threat on someone. Now let me just explain that this video is not to defend any of EDP's actions. I know he has done a.
So this is the part where he accuses me of spreading death threats to EDP or saying, you know, crazy outlandish shit to him, which by the way, I am going to get into the definition of what a death threat is, just to give people some context. Statement or action that expresses an intent to cause the death of another person. Death threats are kind of categorized as a personal threat to someone else or something outlandish like that. I never made a personal threat to EDP, nor did I ever say like, hey, I hope they stop his treatment. That's the issue. You could say it was edgy for sure. I'm not going to disagree with it being edgy, but it's definitely not a death threat. And that's where I had my biggest issue, is because this guy clearly is just ill-informed on what a death threat actually is, and it makes it sound a lot worse than what I actually said. So we go into the comments that he left underneath my YouTube video, and this does come from his video because obviously I didn't take any screenshots of this because I personally don't really care. But because this guy's been slandering me, I'm going to defend myself. So this is what he said originally. He said, bro, I understand EDP has done horrible stuff in the past, but doesn't give you the right to wish death upon him. As someone who lost a family member and has seen many people make fun, it's not a good look, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, I despise some of EDP's actions, but I would never wish death on anyone for the purpose of spreading awareness. Him accusing me of making death threats, I get, again, you guys have the context now. And so I respond to him saying, first, I never made death threats. Are you actually dumb? Saying I wish he decided to stop his treatment is not a death threat. Second, you two are the only ones that care about this guy. He has never changed. More kids are safe if it kidneys take him, idiots. He goes on to his video saying that apparently I'm contradicting myself when I'm not. Again, death threats and saying that if someone's kidney took them, a lot more people would be safer are not the same fucking thing. Okay? I gotta be more like lenient here because I don't know how old this dude is. Okay, he doesn't use his own voice in his YouTube videos, but again, you can't just go around calling things death threats and saying that certain people are making them.
I was gonna show you more comments I made against this guy, but he basically blocked me once his ego went in play.
He goes on to say that I blocked him because of my own ego, when I already explained to you guys why I blocked him, because I don't appreciate people slandering me in my own comment section. I usually let most comments go. Especially ones criticizing me, I really don't care that much. But when it comes to slandering me and saying that I'm saying stuff that I clearly am not, or people who are just straight up defending EDP, usually I block them. I guess this pissed this guy off so much to the point where he made his own YouTube video. And again, it's not an ego thing. Most people don't like to be slandered. Would you believe it?
So I'll just read this comment he made. So you're just an Edp445 defender, okay? So why are you replying? If you seriously have a problem with my opinion, then at least let me possess it freely and stop going to freaking comment sections saying your opinion is wrong or you're a so-and-so defender. People are allowed to say what they believe in, not your idiocy. Okay, I'll admit this was my fault, but it doesn't make it any better. So I kinda commented in one of his videos because in the video he yapped for like 3 minutes on how EDP scammed him because he agreed to pay EDP for a video. Hey ploops, weren't you the guy condemning GD for paying this guy? Like I said, this dude is a massive hypocrite.
So now he goes on to say that I'm apparently hypocritical because I made a video saying that EDP scammed me, when apparently in the past I've criticized Gideon for paying EDP, which just straight up isn't true. Gideon has never paid EDP, so I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about. Announced my involvement with paying EDP multiple times. I don't agree with it. I've said it multiple times on stream. If I could go back, I wouldn't pay EDP at all, even if it was just $25. So I'm not hypocritical whatsoever, right? Like I've even said nowadays that I don't agree with people paying EDP. I've said it in my Cameo video, right? So this guy just straight up didn't do any research. He's just, I guess, has a hate boner for me. And so he's just saying random shit that he thinks sounds good.
I didn't really think much of this comment at first. I thought he would just block me again, but to my disbelief I ended up finding this shit in my homepage. I tried telling this guy calm me, but now he took it too far. At this point I don't even know what to do anymore. Should I just delete all my comments criticizing this guy, but risk proving his point? Well, I don't really know. We
go on to the community posts incident where this guy, like I said, I didn't block him originally, but he kept leaving stupid comments and they kept going more and more in him defending EDP. And I don't think this guy's like an EDP defender, but it's definitely a weird stance to take. Now, I posted this a while ago on my community tab saying EDP fanboys got to be the most low IQ people ever. And in this post, he said, you were scammed because you harassed him on his Instagram. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, the reason why I posted this is because the context of the video was I was saying how I got scammed by EDP. And at no point did it seem like I was harassing him on Instagram or anything like that. I've left some comments and I talked to him. At no point does it seem like I was quote unquote harassing him. So I called him an EDP fanboy because he's making this whole statement saying that I was harassing him, which is something his fan base does like to do. They like to defend him by saying that you guys are harassing EDP. So that's why I posted it. And I still stand by that. I think that's still a really weird position to take. It makes you look really bad. It definitely does make you look like an EDP defender. Now, do I think he's an EDP defender? Probably not, but you shouldn't be leaving dumbass comments like this underneath comment sections. That's all I'm going to say. Now, to end off his video, he goes on another little like baby tangent about how he can't have an opinion, which again, no one says you can't have an opinion, but don't be slandering people underneath their comment section or just in general, right? But anyways, that's all I really want to talk about. If you guys like this video, leave a like, subscribe. I just wanted to tell my side of the story, and hopefully this guy will just stop doing dumb shit and adding me in YouTube videos that have nothing to do with me. But as always, guys, I'll see you in the next YouTube video.
I don't wanna talk about what's wrong or right, but picture me up on the mic spitting what I like. I've been reminiscing on friends I'm missing.